Hey y'all, it's Katie and welcome back, or welcome if you are new here. It is time for another monthly favorites video where I take products that stood out to me or that I was trying and testing to review, and I'm going to share my reviews with them in a ranking system where I rank it all the way from my least favorite from the month all the way to my most favorite from the month. Now this wasn't my original idea. I was inspired by Cassie over at Thriftic and also Jen from Jen Loves Reviews. They both do their monthly favorites in this fashion where they rank it from least to best in a kind of pyramid of fashion, and I just have so much fun watching theirs. I wanted to start doing mine in the same way. So yeah, that is what we're going to be getting into very shortly. But before we do that, I do want to go ahead and do my Instagram shout out for this video. And the Instagram shout out goes to Crazy Beautiful Makeup. She commented on my most recent post. Thank you so much for interacting with my post. She's been a longtime follower and supporter of mine, a fellow beauty content creator, so I really do appreciate her support. But yeah, she is my Instagram shout out for today. And per usual, if you want a chance to be featured, all you have to do is be following me on Instagram. I'm LadyKatie92 over there, and interact with my posts as I put them up, and then when I sit down to film, I randomly select someone from the comments section. Let me know how you guys are liking the Instagram shout out. Do you guys like it? Do you guys not? I enjoy doing it because I know for me, I would be like over the moon excited if I was like featured in someone's video. So that was kind of my thinking behind the whole Instagram shout out at the beginning of my videos. But I love to get your guys' feedback because I think I've been doing it about a month at this point. So yeah, let me know how you guys like it. Let me know if you enjoy it. But with that said, let's jump right into my favorites and fails countdown review, whatever you want to call it. Let's just talk about some products that I tried out this past month. Alright, so I'm going to be having 11 products this month because I just had one more I wanted to review, and I'm just going to do 11. I usually try to keep it to 10, but we're at 11. Anyway, the very bottom of my 11 countdown pyramid, that wouldn't really make sense, but anyway, it is going to be the Glamnetic lashes in, I got the style Vogue, but the Glamnetic magnetic lashes. That's always hard to say, Glamnetic magnetic. I struggled so hard in my video reviewing this, which if you haven't seen, I compared the Glamnetic magnetic liner and their lashes to the MoxieLash magnetic liner and lashes, and that video should already be up, so I'll leave that linked up here if you guys want to go see it. I go in a lot more detail there, so I'm going to try to keep my review pretty brief here, but basically I just don't see the quality for the price that you're paying for these lashes. I want to say they're like $25 or $35. They're very dramatic, most definitely, and after this, like reviewing it, I am going to trim them to hopefully be able to at least get use out of them because they're too long and too heavy for my lashes. But that's not the reason I'm putting it at the bottom. The reason I'm putting it at the bottom is because, like I said, the quality is just not there for me. The lash band is very thick, it's very heavy, it's very difficult to move, therefore making it very obvious and not at all able to mesh with your lashes. I mean, I understand that this style is super big, but you know what I mean, whereas in it just sits on top, and not only does it sit on top, the lash band is so thick it can't even sit on top, it kind of just sits above it and hovers above your lashes. There's no meshing. So while on video I feel like it looked okay when I was editing those videos of me when I was wearing this, I think it looked fine, but in person it just kind of looked ridiculous. So for all those reasons, quality wise and just wearing it, the band being a lot thicker than I prefer, that's why I put it at the bottom at number 11. Okay, next up I have the Lilly Lashes Triple X Mascara. I got this in a BoxyCharm, I believe, and I've been using it over the past month, and it's fine, it's okay. And I think the biggest reason it landed so low in my countdown is because the bristle, the wand, isn't my favorite. It's, I believe, a natural hair type of brush. It's not as bad as some can be. It definitely helps you get the lashes that you like, but when we're talking about the type of lashes I want, this wasn't a mascara I enjoyed using on its own. It was definitely something that I would use to get the bulk that I wanted, to get some kind of structure to my lashes, and then I'd want to go on with something else to give me not only more volume but more length, because this just kind of coated them. I mean, they did something. I don't want to say this doesn't do anything to your lashes. I definitely think it does. I think it does an okay job. It's nice, but when we're talking about mascaras that I prefer and mascaras that I'm going to go out and repurchase after it's done, this is not going to be one of them, but it's a nice mascara. It was worth it, like, to get it in the box type of mindset, you know, since I did get this in a box for $25, though I should say with BoxyCharm I get it sent in PR, but thinking if I purchased it for $25 to get this with other products, I would have been fine. I would have been happy to use it, but I'm not going to run out and repurchase it just because the wand isn't my preference and the formula is just okay. I mean, overall I just feel like this product was just okay. I didn't hate it, but I definitely didn't love it. Okay, next up is a Lash Freak Mascara from Urban Decay, and this could have been so much higher on my list because I actually do like it, but there are two faults to this mascara that have put it as low as it is. Now, I did do a first impressions try on with this, and I compared this to my all-time favorite mascara, so if you want to see that video, I have it linked in the description box if you want to watch it after this video and actually get to see how this does when it's applied to my lashes, which, by the way, next time I do a mascara try on, I promise you I will skip on the liner. I'll probably put it on after the video, but I'll definitely skip on the liner so you guys can see what a mess I am when I apply mascara, but so you guys can see the lashes. That was a very frequent comment I got on the video. So definitely next time I will take your constructive criticism and put it to good use and omit the liner when I do that video. But anyway, getting back to this, the two main reasons that I put it so low and I don't ever foresee myself repurchasing it, or honestly even like saying I recommend this mascara, is one, it's not waterproof. So there were a couple times that my eyes watered, I was crying, and I would go and touch my lashes to try to not make a mess, and black would come off so badly. So I never cried horribly enough where it was like streaming down my face and made a mess that way, but just the fact that anytime there was a little bit of moisture around my eyes and I went like this, there'd be black all on my fingers. So right there, that was a bit of a red flag for me because I have very watery eyes, so I need a mascara. It doesn't have to be waterproof, but it's got to be a little water resistant, and this wasn't at all. And then on top of that, I think the biggest downside to this is that there's too much product that gets onto the bristles of this, and therefore over time as you continue to use it, it causes way too much product to be put on your lashes. Like, I'll stick a close-up so you can see what this looks like, but there's a lot of product in the well right here where the wand kind of angles upward. There's a lot of product there. So if you don't, when you pull this out, scrape the wand of this off really well and you just go right in to apply it, you get a ton, like not just a lot, like a layer of mascara that just coats your lashes, and then you're like, oh shoot, that's gonna be bad. And so then I would spend so long trying to brush it all through and get it all out because it's just way too much for your lashes. It's literally like a sheet of mascara formula, I don't know what you call this, like mascara product that just lays on your lashes. And because the bottom of this mascara, the wand, the bristles are so tiny, which is great for like getting in there and really getting to wiggle and put it through your lashes, but it makes it really hard to take off mascara that's been clumped on there. So there were many days I went in and I would forget. I would just get too much mascara and then my lashes would just kind of look like they were all clumped together. Too much product. So if you're someone who always wipes off your mascara wand, maybe that's not a con for you, but me, I usually, you know, when I pull it out, I'll pull it out and then I do the tip. I take a little extra off the tip and then I go for it. So the fact that I had to sit here and wipe the sides, that was new to me, and anytime I forgot, it got a little dicey. Okay, so next up I'm going to talk about the lashes I'm wearing. Oh, and by the way, last time I did my countdown video, I had a little kind of screen come over and I had a pyramid shape, and each time I kind of announced the product, I had it come on screen. Do you guys miss that? I'm not going to be doing it for this video because, like I said, I have 11 products and it just wouldn't work out in the pyramid shape. But I was thinking about that and I just didn't know if you guys enjoyed that. Like, did you like seeing that? Would it be worth it to do it again? Do you enjoy having those overlays, or do you just like something simple like I've been doing, putting a little pyramid over here? Let me know your thoughts. But yeah, next is going to be the Inky Minky lashes, and I wanted to put this higher because this is an influencer brand. I think Sabrina owns it, or she started it and runs it. I do have them on my lashes today. I have the style Angelic on my lashes today, and then I also have this style Daddy's Girl. These were sent to me by a subscriber, Melissa, which thank you so very much. She was so very sweet to send them to me. So I've been using them this past month and I have like a love-hate relationship with them. For starters, it took several uses, I want to say like 4 or 5 times of wearing them for me to begin to feel comfortable in them. Like, they took a long time to like break in. And I feel like typically with lashes, I need about 1, maybe 2 times of wearing them and trying to wear them, and then they're very comfortable and I have no problems after that. But this took a lot longer, to the point where I almost put these like as a true fail from the month because I was just like, these are uncomfortable. They were just very stiff at the band, and when you look at it, you don't think that they'll be stiff, or you don't think there'll be a problem with the base of the band because they are very small, but it's a very stiff band. So when you place it on and you're trying to get it to lay down, it just wants to like flick up. And another thing too that I thought was interesting is the way, I don't know if this band is just maybe a little bit too stiff, but it would actually kind of make my eyes itch. Like, I would put them on and I just kind of wanted to itch my eyes. Like, it was just there, and I'm not really sure what that was about. It was only, like I said, the first 4 or 5 times of wearing this. I put them on today though, and I have no itch to them. So I don't know if it was just kind of, like I said, breaking in the lashes and now they're comfortable. But that aside, there's just something about the band that I'm not the craziest about, and I feel so bad because I feel like they're a very easy pair to wear. I feel like the lashes themselves, for me personally, I put them on and they just kind of accentuate the lashes that I have. Like, I feel like you can definitely see I have lashes, but they're not heavy. So I really like that aspect of it, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to like it more. But just in using them, I just find them a little tricky to put on, and then wearing them too, I just have other lashes. I'm thinking specifically from Salon Centric and Colorlit Cosmetics. The lash bands of those lashes, I find the lash band of those so much easier to work with. Now this is coming from someone who is not an expert when it comes to false lashes, so take that for what you will. I'm very rough. I'm very bad at applying lashes. I don't wear them often, so maybe that's just my fault when it comes to these, and these aren't maybe beginner friendly, but I feel like they're beginner friendly because they're just so fine. They're so thin. And like I said, looking at the lash band, feeling the lash band, I feel like it should be easy, but I ended up struggling with it. So I feel like it might have something to do, like I said, with breaking it in, because today wearing these lashes, I feel like they're very comfortable. They weren't that difficult to put on, and they're pretty comfortable to wear now. They're fine. They do a good job. They're nice. Will I continue to turn to these? Sure, maybe when I want the very natural type of lashes, but when I look down at all my lashes that I own, I feel like the first ones that come to mind that I enjoy wearing because they are so comfortable and easy to put on, these aren't going to be the top of the list. So that's kind of why I placed them where I did. Okay, next up I have the foundation that I'm wearing today, and it is the Benefit Hello Happy Air Stick Foundation. Now this product, I placed it where it's at because it's a good product. It works nicely. I just kind of struggle because as a stick foundation, I found that this gave more coverage than the Juvia's Place foundation, which was nice, but it also felt a lot heavier than like the Juvia's Place stick foundation, because that's the last one I've tried, so that's kind of like freshest in my memory. So I just kind of struggle with this because it looks great. It looks fine. I like how much coverage I get. It still breaks down around my face and whatnot, but when we're just talking about the foundation and how it wears, it's a nice foundation, but it's still not my favorite because I think I just don't care for sticks. I don't care for cream products, because having to use this stick and like swipe it on my face, I don't know, I just felt like that I do so much more pulling, because once you swipe it on, you have to get some type of stipple foundation brush, and I feel like I have to be really rough on my skin and really pushing it in to make that cream move around my face and evenly distribute and kind of blend into my skin. Whereas with a liquid, I feel like I'm so much more gentle because it's a liquid. You can kind of dab it all over, and then as you're dabbing and moving around, it just naturally and very gently and easily blends out across your whole face, and you get a nice even spread. There's something about stick foundations that I just feel like I have to try my best to kind of get it everywhere, and then take a foundation and just be like, oh, come on, pull, 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 pull. And I just feel like I'm very rough on my skin. Maybe that's my fault. Maybe that's something with me, but it's something I notice anytime I have to use a stick foundation. Also, too, another reason I placed it where it's at is because I can't wear this without some type of mattifying primer, because it makes me so oily by the end of the day. So that really took me by surprise, and at first I was like, oh, this is going to be a hot mess, and no thank you, because it's making me look so oily. But I did follow it up with a mattifying primer, and that pretty much solved the issue. Yes, I got a little bit oily by the end of the night, but it wasn't anything too drastic. It more just looked like a natural healthy glow. It wasn't anything greasy. But all that to consider, that's kind of where I placed it where it's at. It's not crazy, didn't blow me out of the water, didn't blow my mind. It's definitely not a product I feel like I'm going to turn to. Like I said, it could be because it's a stick foundation, but just talking about the wear time was okay. It still broke up really bad, in my opinion, around my mouth and nose, and then the fact that it makes me oily. It's just an okay product. Maybe it'd be better if you have dry skin, or maybe better for me in the fall, winter. Maybe I'll bring it back out then. I don't know, but it's okay. It's okay. That's kind of like my overall thoughts and opinions. It's fine. It definitely didn't replace or even get close to replacing any of my favorite foundations that I have in my collection. So it's just okay. Okay, next up I have the Quick Flick, what is this called? On the Point Liner Wing Stamp thingies. I also have a video on this, so I'm not going to go on too long because I compared this to my Vamp stamp. But basically, I struggle with where to put this, because if we're talking about preferences, this didn't beat out my Vamp stamp, so for that reason it's kind of like a fail, because I still think the Vamp stamp is superior. But when we're talking about product and like where it placed in this month, I was like, it's not that bad. Like, it's a good product. I just know of one better, so in my mind it's hard to like rank these very high. But if I kind of take the Vamp stamp out of my head, these are great products. And honestly, the only con is that it broke. For one, these are pretty hard to open. I didn't verbally mention it, but you have to give it a good pull. But anyway, the tip broke off because it sticks out so much, and then I think with just opening and shutting it, you have to kind of bend it a little bit to, you know, pull it out. It's hard to kind of go straight out. But anyway, the tip broke off. That's honestly the biggest con, is just you spending so much money on something that you have to be careful to not break, and then you have to continue repurchasing every 3 to 6 months. I don't know. It works. Watch my video if you want to see it compared to the Vamp stamp, but I don't plan to ever repurchase, put it that way. Okay, next up, this is kind of boring, but I actually really enjoyed this 24-hour brow setter from Benefit Cosmetics. It's a clear brow gel. Pretty basic, pretty boring. However, it really does keep my brows in place. If you are someone who doesn't mind the feeling of like hairspray in your brows, or like that really hard crunchy feeling, because you don't mind having that feeling if it means your brow hairs are staying in place and not moving, you need to get this, because I have tried so many brow gels that yes, it feels nice, yes, it looks nice in my brows, but it doesn't hold my brows in place. This is the first in a very long time that I have put a brow gel in and I can actually look in the mirror and I don't see any brows going crazy by the end of the day. Like, I always get some like right in this area that will start pointing down. I don't know if it gets caught on my lashes or what. They're just longer, so they'll point down or point out here, or I'll just get some that kind of go up. I really didn't notice that at all. Maybe a little bit, of course, they're not that like stuck to your face. They're not that intense, but for the most part, this keeps it down really, really well, and absolutely shocked me. Like, the first couple times I used it, I was like, wait a minute, like, I haven't had to fix my brows like at all today. And I compared it to the other brow gel, which I had this Urban Decay Brow Endowed, and so I compared this on one side and then this on the other side to see which one I liked, and this definitely gives you that softer brow, the Urban Decay one does, but my lashes would kind of go everywhere throughout the day and I had to fix that, whereas this one, I never had to touch my brows the whole day. So I was very impressed, and like I said, I know this is very boring, and I know it's kind of expensive to spend so much money on a clear brow gel, but like I said, I haven't found one from the drugstore, clear or tinted, that I can put through my brows and it actually holds them in place all day long. Like, I don't know if they offer this in a tinted brow gel, because you guys know my preference is just to do a tinted brow gel through my brows and call it a day, but if they do have a tinted version of this, that's all I need and I'm set. Like, that's the only brow product I need in my life, because it just, I love how it keeps my brows in place and I don't have to worry about fixing them. It's great. I was impressed. Hence where it's landing in the countdown. Okay, moving right along. Next up, I have the Glamnetic Liquid Magnetic Liner. As I said, I already have a video going into detail on my thoughts, so I'll have that linked down below. But basically, it's so high on the list because it does work really well. The one con with this, and honestly, like, thinking about it, the only con besides like packaging and presentation and it just looking very cheap for spending so much money on it, the one con is it's so hard to take off at night. If you're someone who doesn't want to sit there and struggle with taking something off, do not buy this, because out of all the liners I've ever tried in my life, out of all the magnetic liners that I've tried over the course of the years, out of all the mascaras, I feel like this is one of the toughest things to remove. It's like glue, seriously, and that is the one con, because at night I just want to take my makeup off and go on with my night so I can get to bed, and the fact that I have to spend so much extra time getting this off, it's a little bit of an annoyance. But with a good eye makeup remover, it's fine. I just have to sit there a while, really let it soak in for a while, at least double or triple the time I typically would do for like a waterproof mascara or liner. It takes a good bit of time to remove it, but honestly, that is the one con to it, besides the price being so expensive. When we're talking about a magnetic liner, does it work? Yes, absolutely does. It leaves a shiny finish, so if you don't like shiny finishes with your liner, you may not like that. You may prefer the MoxieLash, because the MoxieLash dries to a matte kind of a dull finish, which I like, but the MoxieLash, if my eyes water, it will come off on the inner corner, whereas this, as I just explained, it does not come off, so that is a plus for me, and hence why I put it so high, because for me and my watery and sensitive eyes, it is nice to put this on and know that I don't have to worry about potentially my eyes watering and ruining the liner, and hence, you know, if the liner gets ruined and you're wearing lashes, you know what that magnetic lash is going to do. Come right off. So that is a plus, and hence why I put it so high, because it does work. It's a good product. Okay, we are nearly there, but next I had to put the Quick Lash Adhesive from the Quick Flick. I think that's the brand, the Quick Flick. They came out with Quick Lash Adhesive Liner. This is a pretty new product that they just launched a month or two ago, and I was all about it. I'm honestly almost done with my current lash glue that I've been using, and so when I saw this, I was like, you guys know I do wing liner every day. I line my eyes with black literally every day, so I was like, ooh, I could do a 2-for-1, just line my eyes like I always do and then pop a lash on, and that's it, like one and done. That just sounded amazing. So I was very intrigued. I bought it, obviously, and it's a good product. It works, but it's not without its faults. And the faults being what a traditional lash glue has faults with me, in that the inner corners aren't bulletproof. But as I said, like even the best lash glue that I've ever tried, which is the House of Lashes lash glue, and that's what I've been using for the past year, even that, while it does a really good job and definitely keeps my lashes down and down longer better than any other lash glue I've tried, it still will, depending on the day, depending on if my eyes are extra watery, the inner corners will pop up, but it won't pop up too bad. It'll just kind of like pop up a little bit, just be detached, I guess is what I'm saying. It's not like sticking up straight, though that probably has something more to do with the lashes than the glue. But anyway, even with that, I still have the issues of it popping up. So when I was using this, and I would still see those issues from time to time throughout the day after a couple hours of my inner corners not being held down, I couldn't really fault it that much, because like I said, I deal with that with my traditional lash glue with the inner corners. So that's kind of why I placed it so high. And also another reason I kind of placed it high is because yes, the inner corners pop up, but because this is a liner with adhesive in it, I just have to like push it back down and it goes and like reattaches and I'm fine. Or if maybe my eyes watered and there's not a whole lot of glue left on the inner corner, I can just take this and like line my eye again and push it back down, and it's like I've reapplied the glue, and it's so quick and easy. Whereas with a traditional lash glue, whenever I used it, I felt like I had that one shot of placing it on, and then if I needed to like try and fix a lash that was popping up and apply more glue, it was such a struggle bus because I would have to try to just get that one spot on this big clunky, you know, wand. It wasn't as precise as this liner, and then I would try to place it there, and then I'd have to wait because you got to wait to let your lash glue dry for a bit, and then trying to put it down. I just felt like it was such a hassle. I tended to never try to fix my inner corners. If my lashes started to pop up at the inner corner, I would just take the whole thing off and just call it a day. I don't think it's without fault though, and I feel like I could probably find better for way cheaper. So next month I'm going to be comparing this to, I think, 3 other adhesive liners, and that way I can let you guys know which one is the best. So yeah, well, this has definitely really impressed me this last month and will replace me having to buy traditional lash glue. I'm still on the hunt to see if there's something I can find that's better and cheaper and also keeps my inner corners down all day long. So yeah, that's that on that. I talked a long time. Okay, next up I have the mattifying primer that I tried. This is the Pacifica Cherry Matte Mattifying Primer, and I was trying this a couple times throughout the month, and because I had the Benefit one, I was really able to see how well this thing worked, and it worked very well. There were several days when I was trying that Benefit foundation that I would wear this on only half my face, and I kind of flip-flop back and forth between the halves, and I would try this on to see how it worked, and there was always a noticeable difference in the oils of my face where I used this and where I didn't. Like where I didn't was so shiny, was so greasy looking, was very obvious that I was oily, whereas on this side, at the very end of the day, there would be a little bit hint of a glow, but honestly just looked like a non-powdery look. Like it just looked like a very healthy glow. It wasn't anything oily at all. I don't want you to get the wrong idea. Like this held my oils back so very well. I was really impressed. So yeah, I feel like there's nothing too exciting to say. It works, so that's great, and hence why I put it at number 2 in my countdown as being a really great product, because I don't think it's that expensive. I know Pacifica is kind of like right in the middle there with Pixie and whatnot, but it's still kind of drugstore size, so it's not too crazy expensive, and you can use coupons on top of it and whatnot. So I was totally impressed. I feel like there's not much more to say. It goes on really nice. It's really liquidy, I guess you could say, but it has a white cast, and you just kind of blend it in, and once you blend it fully into your skin, there is no white cast left on your skin, and once it dries down, it does dry with a little bit of a tack to it. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like a primer is a little boring to review because it's just like, yep, it worked. Nothing to say about like how it looks because it's clear or anything like that, but it works and it impressed me, and I will definitely be using it this summer. So okay, and very last up is the Give Me Glow highlighter. This is Falling Glow. This was a 2019 holiday release, like limited edition. It's in Frosted Gingerbread Cookie. I don't know if they still have it or not, but I was intrigued because it looked like it would be one that would work well with my skin tone. I have their one in White Noise, and I absolutely love their highlighters. Like they're so glowy. It's what I have on today. They're so glowy and beautiful, but White Noise is so white. Like if I put too much on it, it looks just like a white streak. Like not a glow when you're just looking, there's like a streak of white. So I don't really love that about it. So when I saw this, I was like, oh, maybe that mix of the white with the more deeper tones would work better for my skin and give me a more true to me or better fit for me type of highlighter color, and it absolutely was, and therefore I was wearing this like all month long. I was so impressed. I like the kind of mix of the light with the dark because I could kind of pick and choose. If I wanted to use this as an inner corner highlight, I could go with the really white if it kind of complemented my eye look more, or I could go with the more golden if that complemented my eye look more. So I kind of like that. And then whenever I used it on my face, I just tried to get kind of like right in the middle, swirled it a little bit, something like that. And it fits my skin tone so well, I think. Like I don't think I see a white cast at all. I can really pile this on and it doesn't look too white. So this was a perfect match for me and my skin tone, and I absolutely loved it this month. I love how blinding their highlighters are. I love how easy their formula is. It's so buttery smooth, so creamy, and so blinding. Like it's just so beautiful. And I also really like this packaging over their usual packaging. So yeah, Give Me Glow makes a great formula, and I'm so excited to find one that matches my skin tone. Alright, so there you have it. That is my countdown for the month of July. I cannot believe July is over. At the time of you guys watching this, I think, oh, at the time of you guys watching this, I think it's my birthday. I'm planning to post this on the 5th of August. So yeah, at the time of me uploading this, it is my birthday. So happy birthday, future Katie. But yeah, I cannot believe it is August already. This year has been dragging by and flying by at the same time. It's crazy, but yeah, it is August. I'm so ready for fall. But I hope you guys enjoyed hearing my reviews on the products I picked for my countdown this month, the products that stood out to me the most, that I really focused on trying to get reviews on, and I hope you guys above all found it helpful. And if you did, please give this video a thumbs up on your way out, as it helps me in the whole YouTube algorithm. Let me know what you guys think about the liner adhesive. It's a very new kind of trend that a lot of brands are all of a sudden releasing, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know if you've tried it yet, if you are interested in trying it, and yeah, stay tuned for my video on that. Like I said, I'm going to try really hard to put it out sometime in August, at the end of August at the latest, so we'll see how quickly I can get all the liners and start testing them. But I am excited because I feel like liner adhesive is the answer to all of the problems for this girl, at least, because I always do black wing liner every day. But they also, some brands do sell clear. So if you're someone who doesn't do a wing liner or line their eyes with black, they also, some brands also have clear. But anyway, let me know what you guys think of that. I'm really excited. I think it's genius. But with all that said, thank you so much for watching. And if you want to continue getting daily content from me, I am over on Instagram. I'm LadyKatie92, and I post there about every day, and you can have a chance to be featured at the beginning of my videos. And with all that said, I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye guys.